Hi, this is Alex, and welcome to this lesson on imperatives. Now, if you're wondering what the word imperative means, basically, in grammar, imperatives are simply verbs used to achieve different functions, but they always have the same kind of general role of telling someone what to do or guiding someone to do something, okay? So, imperatives are verbs used to give orders or commands, give directions or instructions, make requests with please, give advice, suggestions, give warnings, or to invite someone somewhere. Now, when you use an imperative, you start the sentence with the verb, the base form of the verb, okay? You're not basically indicating any kind of subject, so you're not saying I, you, we, they. The subject is implied always to be talking about you. Okay, so in imperative, the subject is you. So let's look at some examples to make it easier to understand. So verbs used to give orders or commands. Okay, so what is an order or a command? For example, if you are taking swimming lessons, your instructor might tell you, jump into the pool. Right? So they are talking to you directly. They're not saying you jump into the pool. They're saying jump into the pool, and you know they're talking to you. You know the command is for you. So they use the verb jump, right? That's the base form of the verb jump, and then it's followed by a command or an instruction. Okay? Let's look at the second use of imperative, and that is to give directions or instructions. So for example, if you are giving directions to someone on how to get to your home, you would tell them, go straight on John Street, turn left on Main Street, turn right on King Street. Okay, so again, you're starting your sentences with go, okay, base form, turn, base form of a verb, right? So you can also use it to give instructions. So let's say cooking instructions for a meal. Add 2 tablespoons of salt. So add, right? Just the base form of the verb. You're beginning the sentence with that to give directions, instructions on how to cook something. Okay. You can make requests using imperatives. Now here, when you're making a request, you usually want to use please. Usually at the end or maybe at the beginning as well. So you can make a request. Let's say your job is a teacher as well, and you want your student to read page 52 for homework. So you can say that sentence by saying, please read page 52. Please read. Again, read is the base form of the verb, right? Plus your request. Please read page 52. You're requesting them to do it. It should be a command or an order, really, but in this case, it's more so of a request when you're using when you're adding please. Okay, you can use it to give advice or suggestions. Okay, so for example, I'm going to use a negative in this case. So if I say, don't cross the street. Okay, so cross is the base form of the verb again. I'm putting do not in front of it. Okay, I'm giving advice or suggestion. Okay, I'm saying don't cross the street. Otherwise, you might get hurt. Okay, you can also give warnings. So this is kind of similar, essentially. Okay, do not touch. Essentially, do not touch the oven. Okay, you're giving a warning. Don't touch that. Okay, you can invite someone to somewhere by using an imperative as well. So you can say, come to my house at 4 o'clock. That's when a party starts. Could be your birthday or grandma's 75th wedding anniversary. So you can invite someone to somewhere just by by beginning with the verb, right? The base form of the verb, come. Come at 7 o'clock. Okay? Usually when you're inviting someone, it might be nice to ask please as well. So please come at 7 o'clock. you're inviting someone to go somewhere. Okay, so let's look at some of the rules now on how we can put these kinds of imperatives together. Okay, so let's look into this a little bit more in depth, just to make sure that you understand the form of how to use imperatives. Okay, so if you're speaking in the affirmative, so the positive sense, what you use is simply the base form of the verb, okay, plus, the command, the warning, whatever you want to accomplish, make the request. So what I have here is, give me that, right? That's a command for someone to give you something right away, okay? So again, you have the base form of the verb, plus, the rest of your command in this case, give me that. So if you're talking in the negative, very simple. Just put do not, okay? Again, in conversation, do not sometimes becomes don't. So do not plus the base form of the verb. So the example I have here is do not go inside. Okay, so this is a warning, right? Do not plus the base form of go, which is go. Do not go inside. You're issuing a warning. And just a reminder again that the subject of an imperative is always you. Okay? You don't have to indicate, I don't have to say, Alex, give me that. You can, but usually it's implied. If someone looks directly at you and tells you, give me that, it's implied that it's you. So in writing and in speaking, it's always implied that you are the subject. Okay? So again, just remember the base form of the verb to give the command, make the request, issue the warning, send out an invitation. Okay? So if you'd like to test your knowledge on imperatives, please check out angvid.com for the quiz. Again, my name is Alex. Take care.